Hey there, welcome to the channel. I'm the Honest Notes and today we will review another album on this channel. This is episode 19 I believe, and this is episode 19 like I said. Um, yeah, we are gonna review The Wall by Pink Floyd. This is of course their 11th studio album and by many people seen as their greatest work of their whole discography. Although I'm not gonna agree with that. I don't think it is their best album. I think it is their most creative, their most thought provoking album to date, because when this album came out, of course, in the 70s, Pink Floyd was at their peak. The songwriting together with everyone just flowed so well. Everything was just in place. Everyone was doing the perfect job of making Pink Floyd on the map, making them just a phenomenal rock band, progressive rock. And you know I'm a sucker for progressive music, so there is of course gonna be a bit bias because progressive. But yeah, what can you say about the album? It is the 11th album and one of Pink Floyd's most popular. Although I will not say most consistent, but the guys David Gilmour, Roger Waters, Nick Mason, and Richard Wright did a great job on here. And I'm actually gonna look who did the piano because there were some great piano sections on here, but but yeah, but I didn't know if it was Roger Waters or Richard Wright because Richard Wright plays keyboard, but I don't know if he plays piano. Roger Waters plays bass, synthesizer, acoustic on Mother and Vera, and Richard Wright plays piano, and I believe all members are still alive though. Richard Wright died. Damn. Rest in peace, Richard Wright. Man, tragic, tragic. I believe everyone is still alive though, besides Richard Wright, of course, which is a shame. I mean, you gotta love all Pink Floyd members, and yeah. Man, David Gilmour, 71. Damn. Time flies, man. Time flies. Ah, Jesus, man. And Roger Waters is 73. He's the oldest member, I believe. Because Nick Mason, also 73 in January 27th, and Roger Waters. Yeah, alright, Nick Mason is the oldest member, but there we are. Yeah, but I mean, The Wall, the 11th album, like I said, it is a breathtaking album to say the least. It is considered to be by many people their greatest work, although I wouldn't agree, but there we are. Those are just slightly, they're just albums that you slightly prefer over the other, but those are just personal picks. But yeah, I'm gonna talk a bit about the songs, and the opener of this album is The Flash, I believe, or In the Flash. In the Flash. I thought this had a bit of a ominous, a bit of a sinister opening, a bit of a weird, mysterious song, written by, I believe, Waters. He has at least the lead vocals, but there we are. And on the end of the song, there's a baby crying, and that I don't know why the baby is there, but yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know, but there is a baby there. And on the opener of the Thin Ice, the second track, I thought these songs were good, but yeah, great opener by the way. In the Flash, a lot of great guitar sections by David Gilmour, of course. That was it. A lot of nice acoustic guitars by Roger Waters. I believe he plays acoustic, but I'm not sure. I believe he does. Personnel, bass guitar, yeah, acoustic guitar. David Gilmour plays, yeah, just electric guitar. So yeah, there we are. Yeah, and the third track is Another Brick in the Wall, and the wall has three parts. Or yeah, they have three title tracks, if you can say that. And those are Another Brick in the Wall, part 1, 2 and 3. And part 1 and 3 are a bit mysterious, a bit of openers, a bit of warming ups, transitions to other songs. I believe, yeah. Another Brick in the Wall 1 and 3 are 1 minute and 40 seconds, yeah, in that area around. And another Brick in the Wall part 2 is 4 minutes long, and this is of course Pink Floyd's most popular number. Everyone knows this song. The solo, of course, is very recognizable. If is that a word? You can recognize the guitar easily. The solo, the great harmonies on here, written by Gilmour and Waters, I believe. Great, yeah, just a great songwriting duo. Although they didn't click very well in the end in the 80s, of course, when Roger Waters left and Pink Floyd just went immensely downhill in song crafting and in quality, in my opinion. Or not even in my opinion, but just look at their albums after the wall. They're not the most perfect ones. Like this one is pretty perfect. I would say not. I would prefer Dark Side of the Moon if I'm honest, but this is still a great album though. I mean, Brick in the Wall Part 2 is just a classic Pink Floyd song. Although it is a bit overrated in my opinion because, yeah, when you say Pink Floyd, they probably only know this song, but it is still great. Mother is the closer of side 1, and I really love this song. Yeah, I think side 1 is actually one of the best parts of the wall in its entirety. I think it is an amazing song, written by, yeah, here says Waters and Gilmour, but they do the lead vocals, but I'm not sure if they wrote it also. But yeah, a lot of songs were written by Waters. I see here, and yeah, when your main guy is leaving, and you gotta do the other albums, then yeah, you're gonna go downhill immensely. But I think Mother is a very underrated song. It is about, of course, your mother and asking her if it's dangerous. A lot of great acoustic guitar work by Roger Waters. Fine, amazing vocals by both Waters and Gilmour. I really love just everything the song has in it. Just a lot of great acoustic stuff. Just a lot of fine drums. A lot of great. Yeah, drum fills, like I said, bass lines are amazing. I just love Mother. I think it's one of the best on the whole album, and it is a perfect way to close out a legendary side 1 of the wall. And I actually read here that everything from, how's it called again? A Momentary Lapse of Reason is just everything is written by Gilmour. So yeah, Gilmour is an amazing guy though. He is amazing um, in the music industry. He has made some amazing records with Pink Floyd and solo. But yeah, leave the songwriting to Waters. That is one thing we can all agree on. But yeah, Mother is just a great, very emotional song. I really love it. I think it's one of the best, and it is deservingly. And I'm glad it's on the album. I just love it. Yeah, and this actually goes about because this is a concept album, and it is seen as one of the best though. But Yeah, I mean the story is great, but the flow of the album it is not perfect, I would say. But the story and the concept and just most of the songs are perfect in my opinion. It goes about Pink. The character is named Pink after the band, of course, Pink Floyd, who is trying to climb the wall. The wall how the album is named. And actually, all these songs are the transition of Pink trying to escape the wall. Just like another brick in the wall, there is building, or he is trying to get rid of another brick in the wall, like part one, two, and three. Mother, do you think it's dangerous to go outside of the wall and maybe get killed? You know, stuff like that. Side two, um, yeah, just a lot of like goodbye blue sky. There's war, and he's trying to escape Pink, but the Nazis, I believe, or the war is just very out of place, and he cannot escape the wall because there is a war, and Goodbye Blue Sky is a reference to a lot of airplanes who are flying and just making the sky look red, and a lot of souls are flying through the sky like that. I think that is the meaning of the song. A lot of dark subjects in Goodbye Blue Sky. Great acoustic guitars by Roger Waters and soothful emotional vocals by David Gilmour. I love the song. The only downside is that it is not even 3 minutes. That is the only downside. But besides that, it is a perfect song, I would say. And I would say Empty Spaces, Young Lust, One of My Terms, Don't Leave Me Now. Yeah, songs like that from side two are. I would say it's definitely one of. I would definitely say it is the weakest side of the whole album. I think Empty Spaces is about trying to get your way and trying to avoid crowds because you're maybe an introvert. I love or I like the song. I don't love it, but I like the song, but I don't think it's one of the best. Young Lust, same thing. Uh, I like it. It is of course getting the lust of young people. Maybe you want a girlfriend or something like that, and you have young lust. I think it's about um, desperately trying to find love. I think it's about that. I'm not sure. And actually, there's written here that this is by written by Gilmore, and I'm not sure why. By some, I think just everything is wrote by Waters, except yeah, all tracks were written by Roger Waters, except were noted. So yeah, Roger Waters is a great songwriter though, but yeah, some songs David Gilmour wrote it, but you can definitely see that. Yeah, Young Love's good song, but not primarily a fan of the song. I don't love it. I just like it. One of My Terms, same thing. Um, I, I think it's about just taking your term or just taking a bullet for the team, just taking a punch. Not trying to be or don't be afraid of getting a punch from someone or getting a hit because sometimes you have to do that for the team. I just like all these songs. A great melody, but not memorable enough to talk about them, in my opinion. Don't Leave Me Now, of course. When Pink is, I think, a bit crazy. He says to his loved one, "Don't leave me now." He is maybe a bit crazy though, Pink, but he's still trying to say that I love you guys and I don't want you to leave me because I need you right now. But probably uh, every one dear to him just thought to himself, "Man, this guy's crazy," and just went away. And then we get to the Another Brick section, part three, which is yeah just a transition, so you can't really talk about it. Just the guy trying to take more bricks or take more bricks out of the wall to escape, but there we are. Goodbye Cruel World. Goodbye Cruel World is I think about he ending his life because the wall. There is no way to punch the wall or get the wall down, so he tries to commit suicide, I think. And yeah, side two is just definitely the weakest side of any one of this album, but it is still a good side though. Side three opens with one of the greatest songs of this whole album, which is Hey You. Hey You has a lot of great acoustic guitar by Roger Waters and a lot of amazing bass lines also by Roger Waters by the middle section, I believe. Yeah, you know that part. That is just an amazing bass line to listen to, and it is just very great in general. The vocals by Gilmore are one of the finest I've ever heard from him. Hey You is a very emotional song. Yeah, I love it to death, and if you haven't heard it yet, give it a try. It is an amazing song. Is there anybody out there? Is a bit of a reference what is gonna come to the finale of side three, which is a masterpiece, believe me. But it's still a bit of a transition. Is yeah, the guy in Pink tries to commit suicide, but it didn't work quite out. And Hey You is actually trying to wake Pink up, but he doesn't respond. So Hey You. But yeah, Pink, there is no pulse in him. So they trying to say Hey You, but he just doesn't react. Yeah, and Nobody Home is actually, I think about the caretaker from um, I think from yeah, when people are looking around the house, when someone is around Pink, no one is there because everybody left him because everybody thought Pink was crazy. So yeah, that is the meaning of Nobody Home, I believe. Vera is, I think, the wife of Pink, the yeah, also the wife that left him and maybe spoke some messages in the song. I'm not pretty sure. Bring the Boys Back Home is, I think, a yeah, just a lot of complaining about the situation because Pink is out of conscience. Yeah, cautions. I don't know. He is out of his mind. He is not with us at the moment. So bring the boys back home is, I think. Um, Maybe the kids are still by Pink, so they have to go to Vera. I'm not pretty sure. And actually, track six is trying to wake Pink back up because he still needs to try to get across the wall. That is, of course, the whole concept of the album. Pink trying to climb the wall. Comfortably Numb is, yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard it, listen to it. But I mean, how can you not have heard of Comfortably Numb? It is one of Pink Floyd's best songs. It has a lot of great acoustic guitar again by Roger Waters, great bass lines by again Roger Waters. Um, Soothful and just very relaxing drumming by Nick Mason. He is just a very down to earth, chill drummer. Not one of the most complex ones, but he is still an amazing drummer though. He does his job on this album and other Pink Floyd classics. And Richard White, of course, who has a lot of great keyboard sections in the song to create the whole vibe of being in a numb state, comfortably numb, and he is definitely getting us the vibes of the song of being comfortably numb. And of course, who can you forget with the soothful vocals, the beautiful, excellent voice that is David Gilmour. He just fills this song up so perfect, and I just love his voice overall, just on the whole album, and especially this song. In my opinion, the best song on this album, and one of the best songs of Pink Floyd in general. Um, yeah, side four is Pink just woke up and he is saying like the show must go on, and he is like really he is vengeful, and he really wants to climb the wall. So the second or the second one of side four is in the Flash, and it is a bit of a throwback to the opener in the Flash, but I think that was from a there was a question mark behind it, and this one is without. So I think he realized now he is really in the flesh. He is really a human being. So he is gonna go for it, and they just brought him back to his house. So the third track is "Run Like Hell." You know, Pink run like hell to the wall because you have to climb it. And this is actually also one of my favorite songs. It is written by Gilmore and Waters. I didn't know that. Or yeah, it says here, but there we are. But yeah, I mean, Run Like Hell. It has an amazing vibe to it. Amazing guitar riffs, drums, bass lines, acoustic guitars, just everything you want in a song. Especially the drums, in my opinion, are amazing on this song. I really love it. Um, yeah, what can you say about it? Pink, go for it. Climb that wall. Waiting for the Worms is, I believe, some people uh, have tried to stop Pink to climb over the wall, and I think it's a felony or it is a crime to damage someone's property. So they have seen Pink destroying the wall, and people were not happy with it. So in the fifth track, they said stop to him. This is a 30-second transition, and they really want to. They really want Pink to stop destroying the wall, and they have a trial against him, which is the sixth song of side four. The sixth song of side four, which is the trial, and it is actually also one of my favorites. Written by Waters and Azrin. I don't know who that is, but yeah, the trial is really something different with the emotions and the really weird and ominous vibe behind it. It has a really weird atmosphere to it, but I still loved it because it was something different from an already progressive band who just changed it up with every album. But this song especially was just really different, really unique, and just really amazing. I really loved it. And the last song of this album is not actually a album closer, but it is a transition of Pink getting kicked outside the wall. He is not welcome anymore inside the wall where all the chaos and war was held. But he was kicked out of his out of jail or out of the wall, which he didn't want to be there. So he had a court, the trial, of course, the previous song, and they wanted him to get out, to just go away, and everybody in court just thought he was guilty. He had no lawyer, I think. So he was kicked outside the wall, and now he is free again. Yeah, that was the album. I think it is a great story. I think it's one of the best concept albums of all time. Yeah, great album, written by, of course, Roger Waters, produced by, I believe, also Roger Waters. I believe. Bob Ezrin, David Gilmour, James Guthrie, and Roger Waters, of course. Bob Ezrin has written one song, The Trial. Yeah, producers do something too. Yeah, of course, mixing the album, but there we are. Yeah, I really love the album. I think it's one of Pink Floyd's best. It is not one of my favorites, I would say, because of of the length of the album. Um, yeah, you cannot like Dark Side of the Moon put this album on for like 20 times at a row and just playing it over and over and over again. It can get a bit tiresome after the first try. So this album is not a very re-listenable album. It is great to visit the album once in a while, but it is a whole lot to take in. It is like the Dark Side of the Moon, but twice the length of the album, which is insane. Yeah, I really love the album. I think it's near perfect, but I don't think it is perfect because you have some amazing songs on here, like the opener in the Flash, Hey You, Mother, The Trial, the Another Brick in the Wall trilogy, great. What else do you got? Comfortably Numb, of course. Yeah, I mean you have a lot of great, amazing songs on there, which are Pink Floyd's classics and will never be forgotten. But the only problem with the album is that it has just a lot of filler. A lot of songs you could have just cut out and just no one would remember them. Because I think it is still a near perfect record, but I don't think it's perfect because the album is 80 minutes, which is just way too long in my opinion. It is way too long. And yeah, I mean like you got like 26 songs on there, which is a lot, which is a bit too much, I think. A bit too much of a good thing. But yeah, I still really love the album. Waters' songwriting was uh, at one of his highest peaks, I would say, in the late 70s or the just 70s in general. But on the wall, it was especially um, it like it begun. He had a bit of flow with metal, and it was just perfect from Dark Side of the Moon through Animals. Those are the three. Those are the three albums where Pink Floyd was just making masterpiece after masterpiece. But yeah, The Wall was still a masterpiece in my opinion. But it is the album which can show that the band is still great, but they are losing some momentum. And The Wall was definitely the one that you could see that the band was damaged and that their songwriting is gonna take a toll on itself because yeah, just a lot of in band fightings because of royalties and songwriting and just a lot of stuff like that in the studio. Of course, just a lot of arguing between Roger Waters and David Gilmour, which I really love, but unfortunately they fight it a lot around the time. Uh, I think the tensions are gone, but I'm not sure. But I really love those guys, and I hope they they are good friends now. I'm not sure, but I hope so. Yeah, the rating for this album is a 9.8. I think it is near perfect. Yeah, just like I said, you have some amazing masterpieces like In the Flash, Another Brick in the Wall trilogy, Mother, Goodbye Blue Sky, um, Goodbye Cruel. Nah, that's a transition. Hey You, Comfortably Numb, of course. In the Flash Part 2, some of sort of Part 2, Run Like Hell, and The Trial, of course, which are absolute classic Pink Floyd songs. But unfortunately, that the other half of the album couldn't be all masterpieces. Some were unnecessary transitions, and some were just filler. So yeah, because the album is a bit too long and it has a bit too much of filler songs on it, I'm still giving it a 9.8 because I think the songs on here are really really amazing and I love the concept of the album. It is amazing, amazing album cover, amazing songwriting by Waters and mostly Waters, a bit of Gilmore. But yeah, like I said, I love the album. I don't think it is perfect. 9.8, near perfect. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I'm the Ominous Notes and I will thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe of course to the channel, the Ominous Notes. And let me know what your opinion is about this album or request another album review of Pink Floyd or maybe another band. Let me know. Yeah, this album review is actually a half hour long now, so this is actually my longest album review yet. But yeah, I just have a lot to say about Pink Floyd because they're an amazing band. I love Pink Floyd. Yeah, like I said, 9.8, amazing album. Bit too much filler, but there we are. Yeah, thank you for watching and have a good day.